Hello my friends, my name is Lindsay and I run the blog Books for Christian Girls, and welcome back to the little corner of the internet where I talk mainly about Christian fiction while my dog is always barking. I thought we would start a reading vlog today. So, what is the point of this reading vlog? I'm so glad you asked. It's not just to hear Daisy bark in the background. It is to be reading one of my favorite authors' brand new books, and that's The Broken Branch by Erynn Mangum. It was just released yesterday and I haven't got to read it. I know. What? I know. Crazy. Yesterday was a busy day. So that's why. So I'm going to start reading it tonight. But it is The Broken Branch. Look at the pretty cover. And I thought I'd read y'all the back cover synopsis. It's 220 pages. And then I'm going to finish up dinner and do all kinds of other things first. And then later tonight we're going to start that book because I'm so excited. Like, I'm going to sob. I know it, so let me tell you what it's about. Jess Callahan is not okay. 2 months ago, Jess got a phone call that changed her life forever. Her dad had been in a car accident and her mom was now alone, trying to manage the goat farm Jess grew up on by herself. Going back to New Mexico was never a part of Jess's plan, but here she is, stuck in New Mexico and stuck in her faith. Where was God when the accident happened? If he's truly all-powerful and truly loves them, why did God allow her dad to die? How can a loving God be so cruel? Wrestling with both her thoughts and the goats, Jess is faced with a decision. Will the accident wreck her faith as well? And when her childhood friend shows up, will she set aside her stubbornness and accept the help? Jess's story of loss is a delicate weaving of grief, redemption, and hope. I'm gonna stop. I already know it. I honestly wanted to wait till my own dad got home because he drives all over creation for his work. Well, not all over creation, but all over for his job. So car accidents are so hard for me to read about. That is, like, honestly my worst nightmare in all reality. Okay, sorry. I had to go. I'm cooking dinner, and so I had to go flip some things. So car accidents in all reality are incredibly triggering for me. And this is the thing that, like, if this was not a book by one of my all-time favorite authors, I wouldn't even have looked twice at it. That's the thing. But it's Erynn Mangum. And I just know I'm gonna, number one, love it, but I'm also just gonna bawl like a baby. Bawl like a baby? Is that phrase? I don't know. But regardless, I'm gonna cry a lot. I know I am. Because, as many of y'all know, my older sister unexpectedly passed in January of 23. And that was so hard. And right before she passed, the author, Erynn Mangum's mom, passed away from cancer. And I just know this book had to be so hard to write. Like, a book is hard to write already. I think everyone would agree with that. But then when it has to do with loss and grief, and especially when it's incredibly close, like, it's not even close to your heart, it is your heart, it's gotta be so hard. So I know I'm gonna relate to a lot of the emotions in this book, and I know that's just gonna, like, make me want to cry. I'm already anticipating that. In all reality, like, I'm gonna have a box of tissues with me and just cry. Yep, gonna release emotions. We'll do a tear counter somewhere as I'm reading, but I'm gonna start that here in a bit. I wanted to do the little intro to this video though before the lighting was completely terrible in my room. I've been working on a lot of BFCG things today and answering a lot of comments and messages. I'm still working on that. I'll probably have to finish up tomorrow, but lots of different things, and I'm gonna go get busy with other stuff, and I'll check in with y'all when I start reading because like, I'm so excited. It's a new book by my favorite author. I'm so excited for it, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm gonna cry. I'm just gonna cry. I'm gonna be all puffy-eyed tomorrow. It's fine. That's why I'm reading it tonight, Friday night, instead of Saturday night, because if I go in with puffy eyes on Sunday morning, my Sunday school kiddos are gonna be like, Miss Lindsay, what's wrong? Why do you look like that? I can already hear two particular ones. Like, what's wrong with your eyes? I can already hear it. So, we're reading it tonight. And then if I have to put cucumbers or ice cubes or something on my eyelids tomorrow night, if I'm still puffy, we'll find out. But, okay, I'm gonna go get busy. The beagle's fussing, but I'm gonna check in with y'all in a bit. I knew this book was gonna wreck me. I don't have words, really. I've got to come up with words for a review. It is 12:05 and I've just finished it. I have over 300 highlights, but over 50 of them are parts I related to. And actually there's more, but I had to note them for like faith content and that kind of thing for my review. So how many times did I cry? 7. I cried 7 times. And then I had an additional, which isn't that bad, but then I had the additional, my eyes are smiting 7 more times. Oh, I'm not a pretty crier. And this is going on the internet. That's fun. Wow. Wow. One part of the author's note at the end just, yeah. All of my books have had elements of me in them and what the Lord has been teaching me. But the broken branch is my heart. It's been my cry to the Lord when I didn't know what to say to him. It's been my story of fighting to remember that Jesus is better. He's so much better than anything we go through in this life, and he will redeem all the broken pieces. I'm gonna have to put myself together to be able to talk about this, but why do my eyebrows get red when I cry? They always do that. Gosh, I gotta like come up with words. All I have is tears because I get it. Obviously grieving for a parent is totally different than grieving for a sibling. But the questions and the anger and it's just, why, Lord? I get it. I get it. And that was one thing I remember in the throes of our grief, is different people told me not to be angry with God. And it wasn't as if I was in danger of losing my faith, because I knew grieving with having a faith would be so much better than grieving without having a faith. But I was mad. And this book does highlight that you can come to God with your anger, with your questions. But within all that, be still and know. And I love that verse, but that's also a hard verse to get through your thick head, like mine. I'm gonna probably have to chat with y'all tomorrow about this. Lots of things, lots of emotions, lots of feelings. It was good. Really good. On a happier note. Well, I mean, like, that sounded wrong, but like, it was good. It was so good. It's so... The only thing I can think of is, like, I don't want to say it was relatable because that feels weird, but it was. Like, in the general sense of the word, it was, but I felt seen with my emotions and my feelings, and that others have had those feelings as well, and the throes of grief. I really needed this book a year ago. I needed it a year ago, but it still was quite literally a balm to my heart. Which sounds cheesy, but it was so true. On another note, though, the romance was so cute. Oh my goodness, brother's best friend trope. One of the superior tropes in my opinion, but I can say that as someone who doesn't have a brother. And then there's just something about the male leads that Erynn Mangum writes. It's just like, man, where do you find these guys? Because they're great, and how they just encourage the girl in her faith and her walk with the Lord. Oh, honestly, unmatched. I have read so many Christian fiction books over the years. Literally so many. I'm definitely over 1,000. In 10 years, oh, easily. Probably 2,000 to 3,000 now. Her male leads are my favorite. They have the humor, they've got that little bit of the flirt, but they always point the main girl back to the Lord and encourage her faith, and that's attractive. But it's also just so, like, yeah, that's the quality I want in a guy. And it's just great to see that. It's wholesome, but it's encouraging, and it's quite literally inspiring, and I love the romances in her book because of that. In her books, plural books, because of that. But yeah, this book, oh, my heart. I'm gonna think on my thoughts overnight, and I'll check with y'all tomorrow. My physical copy is coming tomorrow too, so I'll see y'all then. Hello my friends, my chair is squeaky, please ignore that, I'm so sorry. It is Saturday, excuse my appearance. It's just been a day here at the house getting stuff done, but I've had a little more time to think about my thoughts on this book, and obviously it's a 5-star for me because so many reasons it is. And like, even though the grief of a parent is very different from the grief of losing a sibling, there was a lot of emotions that I felt around that same time frame that the main girl in this book just did, and it was just so, yeah, that's it. At least that's how it was nearly 100% in my case as well, that all those emotions, because that's such a hard time. And now, mind you, we're 20 months out, so very different than just in the book going from 2 months out. But yeah, this was an impactful book, and I don't say that lightly, I really don't. I knew I was gonna like it because it's Erynn Mangum. It's got a different feel though, definitely, because it's grief, you know, there's grief in it, and yes, there's the cute romance, it's super cute romance, and then there's the funny moments and just different things, but there's also like that underline of life and the sadness and the grief, but then trying to hold on to the hope. And that is such an important message, and gave me all the emotions, to say the least. All the emotions. But it was a really good book. I expected that, and it was. I definitely, like, I've opened my Bible multiple times with the scriptures that they were referencing. And I'm just like, I have this one marked, right? Like, I need to have this scripture and how they're discussing it marked, because yeah, I just keep saying that, but it's like, it's one of those books that it's really hard for me to put into words my emotions of it, because it's one of those ones I just want to hug and potentially just like sniffle at. So that it's a little hard for me to put into words. But I think if you've had the loss of a loved one, you may check out this book, because especially like if you're upset at how it happened or why God would let it happen and that kind of thing. I won't say I had every single emotion that Jess had, but there was a lot of times I was like, yeah, felt that. And like, yeah, I have a lot of highlights, and a lot of them are because it's like, yeah, that's it. And then there's other ones that's like not quite, because the difference of our loved ones. But yeah, it was like, it's hard to say like this book was good because it kind of ripped my heart out, but those are kind of sometimes the best books that give you emotions and make the words come alive to you. So I really enjoyed it. It's an easy 5-star for me. This will be my first 5-star officially of the year for Christian fiction. I was just saying in my last video how I haven't had a 5-star book for the year for Christian fiction. Well, I just needed to wait a few more days, and there it would be. For some reason that didn't even like enter my brain to comment on, but like obviously kind of thing. Yeah, it's really kind of funny though, like the timing of this, in the sense of I'm a big fan of Roots and Refuge Farm here on YouTube. Jessica Sowards. I think they are just like so neat, and I love all her gardening tips and everything. And like y'all probably know, I am super behind on my watch later list. I'm like 4 months behind, so I'm also behind on her videos. And so at the beginning of this week, when I go to bed, I like wind down by doing Sudoku on my phone. Yes, I am that nerd. But I've started to have her videos going on a little screen off to the side of me playing Sudoku because I have YouTube Premium, and that YouTube Premium is wonderful. That is one subscription that I really, really like. So I've been watching her videos and while I do Sudoku as I wind down for the night. And I'm right at the point of where she got her goats, and I'm just like, this is wild, because this book is about Jess, who lives on a goat farm taking care of goats. And then I've been watching Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm, her videos of when she got her goats, and I'm just like, this is the weirdest timing, because like I have absolutely no interest in goats, but I watch the videos because it's Jess and I really like her. So I was just like, this is just the funniest timing. And like there's so many words, I'm like, I know that word because Jess just talked about it. And it's just also so funny that like Jess is the main character's name in this book, and I was just like, wow. I don't know if that's like I don't think that's a god wink, but it's like a very interesting coincidence, I guess. I don't know, but it was really funny, and I'm just like, I know what a stanchion is because of Jess, and they just mentioned this, just mentioned that, and I was like, wow, that's wild. So yeah, that's just like a little off topic bunny trail, if you will. Goat trail? No, that doesn't make sense, but it was just really funny that I was like, I have absolutely no interest in goats, but here I am having all this goat media this week. That is just so funny. It's so funny. I was hoping my physical copy would be here today. Like, it's still on its way, but it hasn't come yet, so I could show it to y'all and like hold it up and we can go, oh my goodness, look how pretty. But I don't have it yet. It's out for delivery, so I guess I'll show it to y'all when it comes. I'm hoping it's a glossy cover. Like, I always hope that indie print books are glossy because I don't like that banana peel rubbery texture at all, but we'll see. I feel like that would be really pretty with the cover, so we'll see it when it comes. I'll let y'all know. I'm gonna type up my review of this one, get this one posted, and this is just gonna be like a little bonus fact for y'all. So it is Saturday, August 17th, but this book released on the 15th, and I read it yesterday, so I'm actually when I'm behind on reviewing things, I will mark it for that past day or that past reviewing day. So I review Monday and Friday, so this is gonna show that it got reviewed on Friday. But if you were on the site on Friday, on BFCG that Friday, you didn't see it. But if you go here later tonight, this Saturday, the next day, it's going to be there and acted like it's posted on Friday. It's going to confuse y'all. Time travel, it's fun. So we're going to do that. That's just like a little, if you've ever wondered, like, and I've been really bad about it this month, that's like, okay, I'm a couple days late on posting my review, but I'm still going to mark it for that Monday or Friday. And it's purely for my records, but y'all see that as well, and it might be really confusing. Like, if you're like, hey, wait, no, I was on here on Tuesday, and there was not a review on Monday, but here on Wednesday it is. Yeah, I'm confusing you. I'm so sorry. I'm making you feel like you lose your mind. Probably only one person has maybe noticed that, but I thought I'd comment on it. So yeah, I'm going to work on this, and then I'm going to start Lynette Eason's new book because I'm reviewing that one on Monday, and I want to have that one up on its proper review day. So I'm going to start working on that, but I'll check in with y'all when the book comes. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just, there's so many parts, and I know I'm going to start like sniffling again as I go through my notes because obviously I read this as a Kindle book and I made all my highlights, and then I'm going to go back through and pull the content for my review and just like different notes and that kind of thing. So like, you know, I'm going to sniffle again. I'm basically kind of rereading the book almost. Not almost entirely again, but like it's kind of like a skimming process, if you will. So I'm going to work on that, and I'll see y'all in a bit. It's here! It's here! It's here! Here it is. Look how pretty it is. It's actually way thicker than I was expecting it to be. It's like 310 pages, and my Kindle copy said 220, so that is so weird, but I do have my font adjusted, so maybe that's why. I don't know, but here it is. Sorry, I keep looking at my flip out screen and not y'all, but it's pretty. The spine is like a pale blush pink, kind of like a dusty rose, a pale dusty rose pink. And it's got the daisy on it, and I love it. I already know the picture I want for Instagram of this book. I have to get a couple things to make my vision happen, and I love doing that. So that will be great fun, but here it is, and I've got to tab my copy. I think I'm going to tag my copy. I don't know yet. I might. It's going to be hard for me to tab it though, because like I have moments I really like, but then there's also moments that just like, you know, speak to your heart on the faith content. So I don't know. I don't know. I still need to put my bookshelf back in order from the past few videos and reels and TikToks and whatnot I've filmed, but now I get to add this one. First, I get to talk about it in my recent reads coming up. I don't know what my next video is going to be. I don't know. It might be a recent reads. I'll have to check. My schedule got all flipped around, so we'll see, but there it is. I'm debating though, do I end this reading vlog here? Do I keep going one more day for another book? Excuse the beagle in the background, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure. I'll think about it and get back with y'all one way or the other. Hello my friends, it is Sunday afternoon. We just got back from church. I think I'm going to end the reading vlog here. I'm sorry I didn't really do much except cry in this reading vlog. I wanted to do some other things, but life and I was focused on other things and just had to get other things done and they weren't filming worthy. So I really enjoyed Erynn Mangum's new book though. Are we shocked? No, but it just touched a special place in my heart. Even more so with the message. So I think I'll end this reading vlog here. I am currently reading Lynette Eason's newest book, which is releasing on Tuesday, which is Target Acquired. I'm about halfway through and I'm enjoying it. I liked, I think, the first book a bit more, but I am curious to see where this will go. So we will talk about that more in an upcoming recent reads. But I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, despite me just crying basically all through it. And the dog barking, of course. So I'm going to let y'all go, but I hope you have an absolutely lovely rest of your day. I am Lindsay from the blog Books for Christian Girls at blogspot.com, where there's a new review every Monday and Friday. I try to post a new video on this channel every Friday, and I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, Goodreads, all the many places to talk about books here, there, and everywhere. Have an absolutely lovely rest of your day, y'all.